Okay, to a certain extent that failed, that it was still pushing the plates apart when I bolted in using that other idea. So I pulled the plates totally apart. I mean, it did stick and hold those plates, but not very strong, and that was using the epoxy and that rubber silicone stuff. The rubber silicone stuff was virtually a waste of time. The epoxy was better. So actually I'm using baking powder. They do recommend baking soda, by the way, and just some cheap super glue. That's from Poundland. And I've just put layers of super glue on and then sprinkled baking powder on here, and that's built up that area. Same the other side, and that comes out quite strong. I don't know how strong it is because I haven't had time to really test this yet, but I think that's going to be hold those in and not push them up, which is the main problem when putting them. Well, actually it isn't the main problem, but anyway, that will stop them coming loose, because what's happening is the bolt is pushing up there, and as you know, with like a vice, it's like a screw in a way, and it's screwing the other sheet off. So to actually stick something on here, I was thinking of bolting it, riveting it. There is like welding rods you can get, but you'll have to heat up the surface, and I've already glued the cork on using the rubber silicone stuff. So I plan to just try some of this from Tesco's Instant Grab. I mean, this works out cheaper because you get a big tube like that. That'll probably easily do that. Go around the edges again. And also you need you'll see these holes, and I did drill them in the wrong place, so I had to take them out. They just knocked out with a hammer, so that shows you how strong they weren't. And had to re-drill them a bit further over, because I tried it on the printer and it was a little bit out, shall we say about 30mm too far forward or back, whichever way it was. So that's an update of that. So, oh yes, I just show you this. I just ground these down a bit using this sort of sanding disc thing I've got here, Dremel. Need a face mask on, goggles on when you're doing that. That's about it really. So it's getting a plate, the next plate. This plate, as you see, I've already put the cork on. Basically that's got to go, actually this goes way round. Doesn't matter because those are the same size. But this cork area is about the build area. Actually it's probably a bit less forward and back that I hope to get. So that's one reason I can't use heat on here, because I already stuck the cork on. I mean, it would be possible to take it off and such like, but don't want to do that. So I was thinking of some way of fastening this plate to that plate and just countersunk nuts and bolts, because they won't be on the edge of the build plate anyway. As I say, that's front edges for LEDs, something like that, if I want to fit them to the front edge of this will be the front, and that will be the back, so a back edge there to fasten wires on for the heat bed. So that's a bit of an update of that. I can't think of anything else. The next stage is to clean this off, put some of that paste on, and I'll see how strong that sticks it on. Okay, let's have a look. It is Monday 14th December, coming up to Christmas. It's out what does it say? This is what I've been using. What does it say? Quick grab. Okay, so it might make you think it's going to be very quick. Now it might sort of stick and hold something to a certain extent quick, but if you read the back, and it's particularly this number 7 there, 24 to 48 hours. That's 2 days if it's in warm, dry conditions. 2 days. It's not even been a full day. This has been on. Now it is holding it on there. I doubt if it's very strong, to be honest with you. Obviously, I'll just show you, like from the edge if I can. Put my hand there to get into focus. So it is sticking it on there, but a damp bolts into here. So that's your super glue with baking powder built up round there. It was the same on the other side. I did put super glue on the tops of, just around the outside edge of those parts when I stuck that on, just to sort of tack it on. Probably not too bad. It's got a, well, surprisingly, to say it's a bit of weight to that. Not the aluminium, I think it's this grab adhesive stuff that I used. Anyway, I'm going to screw this on, well, bolt it on to my build thing. Now really I do need longer springs. The springs I've got are these, and they're not very long. Oops, sprung out. But anyway, they're not very long, so they're not, you know, really, once you get the level set, you don't need to like adjust it a lot. You know, you're on about 1/10 of a, well, probably less than 100th of a millimetre or something. Like you might want to adjust it a couple of hundredths, but it's getting that level sort of set first. This is a bit, could do possibly a bit of a clean if I wanted. Almost looks like fingerprints on there. I've touched it, don't know if there's been powder. So that's your cork. That's was stuck on there with that black silicone K2 adhesive. So there'll be a heat pad on that. Another sheet of aluminium and possibly a Tufnol, I think it is, played on top of that. Possibly. I haven't really figured that out yet. A lot of this will be clamped on with Jubilee clips. Not the Jubilee clips, Bulldog clips. Bulldog clips, not Jubilee clips. These big ones, I've took the levers off here, but get the size of the clip there. Okay. I don't know really anything else I can say about that. I will say I think I might, I haven't done 100% test on this because I've been working on the bed and such like, sorted out the Z wobble, the wobbling carriage when the Z is moving up and down because of the threaded rod. Threaded rods are probably always going to wobble. It won't matter what you do unless you go to engineering standards. But I think that got sorted out by changing the bearings to the longer LM type bearings and also putting optical smooth rods on, and I think it was mainly the optical smooth rods which are more spot on the size, 8mm. There might be 100th of a millimetre out or so, but they're really spot on the size of 8mm. That sorted that out, to be honest with you. Anyway, I'm going to stick this on the bed. I'll have to be careful, as I say, because the ball's going there with the springs. Sorry about that. The ball's going there with the springs, and got a bit of adjustment there. Be careful not to screw them in too tight, because it's going to lift this plate off, and without like welding it or something, I don't think there's anything I can really do with that. I am thinking about, forgot to say, I might get something like JB Weld or Loctite metal, that's supposed to be good, and put some like between the gap near these, just to give those extra strength. See the extra holes there where, because I did have these positioned there but was in the wrong position, so I've had to knock them out and reposition it. Anyway, rabbiting on, rabbit. I'll show you how the printer is at the moment. Laid on its sort of side, on its back in a way, tipped over. So if you look at my other video, you see that the build plate that came with this is bored. So that explains why a lot of the prints haven't been coming out too successful if you get anywhere the reasonable size of that print. Anyway, I'll just finish off there.